Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime, where we explore ongoing cases and many times past cases. And in today's episode, I want to update you that they finally case closed on the Gabby Petito story. And it's all over the news today because it has been confirmed that Brian Laundrie's notebook, the notebook that was found next to him when his body was discovered, it actually had real details about him killing her. So in the notebook, he confesses to murdering his fiancé, Gabby Petito. Now, granted, let's be real, we all knew this, right? This is not nothing new for us, but we were waiting to see what are the details in that notebook. Come to find out that that notebook is, he confessed that he murdered his fiancée, Gabby Petito. And you can see a bunch of stories talking about this. And you're talking about like 3 months ago when they found his dead body in a Florida nature park. And the FBI finally announced him as the only person directly involved in Petito's murder. And so after a grueling investigation, the FBI Denver announced Friday that Brian Laundrie is believed to be responsible for the death of the 22-year-old Gabby Petito. And Brian Laundrie, he was only named as a person of interest in the disappearance of Gabby on September 15th. So even though authorities failed to declare him as a suspect in her murder, this notebook that was discovered alongside Laundrie's remains actually reveals written statements by Brian Laundrie himself taking responsibility for Petito's death. Yeah, the FBI stated this. They shared this. All logical investigative steps have been concluded, meaning that it's all done in this case. And the investigation did not identify any other individual other than Brian Laundrie directly involved in the tragic death of Gabby Petito. Finally, get some closure for the family, even though the family knew who was at risk here, what actually happened. They knew who did it because of the whole strange things around it. You see, Laundrie and Petito, they had spent the summer traveling across the country in a white van together. And throughout these travels, they're documenting their adventures on YouTube along the way as they're going about their trip. But on September 1st, Laundrie quietly returns to his parents' home in Northport, Florida, without Petito in her van. 10 days later, the 22-year-old, her family reported her missing. After gobs and gobs of efforts to get Brian Laundrie to talk to them, the parents to talk to them, no one would tell them where their daughter was. And so, that's why it took 10 days to actually report her missing. For the first week of Petito's missing persons investigation, the whole Laundrie family, they refused to cooperate with authorities. And they were directing all questions to their attorney. A week after the Petito case began, the Laundrie family finally spoke to the FBI for the first time, but not to talk about Gabby Petito. Instead, they wanted to let investigators know that their son, Brian Laundrie, he too has gone missing. And they claimed he was last seen on September 13th after leaving their home visibly upset to hike in the nearby Carlton Reserve. Now, remind you, their dates were a little mixed up at first from when they said he actually went and left home to go to the Carlton Reserve to when he actually did. Come to find out, it was September 13th, but first they said it was like the 15th, that Wednesday, Wednesday. Instead, it was that Monday. And so the FBI and all the local Florida authorities, they launched a search for Laundrie in the 25,000 acre nature preserve, and they were going through waist deep, like swamps, going through snakes and alligator infested swamps, and they were trying to find him. And so while police were trying to find Laundrie in Florida, separate search teams continued looking for Petito in Wyoming, which was her last known location. And on September 19th, Petito's body was discovered in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. And her death was declared a homicide by the county coroners shortly after that. And on October 12th, it was revealed that she had died from strangulation. And we all assumed it was Brian Laundrie's hands that did this. Come to find out, it very much was. And days after Petito's body was discovered, the U.S. District Court of Wyoming, they issued a warrant for Laundrie's arrest in relation to activities that occurred after Petito's death. Not for the death itself, but more for using her credit card, unauthorized debit card use with intent to fraud. So he was using this card knowing she was already dead. And so while that warrant, it allowed them to arrest Laundrie, for the credit card fraud, the FBI, they could not put him as the killer. He was just a person of interest that they wanted to talk about. And so they continued the investigation to investigate all the facts and circumstances of Miss Petito's homicide. And so Laundrie was never arrested on these Wyoming charges or charged with the disappearance and murder of Petito. And on October 20th, that's when his remains were discovered in a Florida nature park alongside his backpack and notebook. Now, he apparently shot himself, and they still don't know where this gun is at. That don't make sense to me either. That does not make sense to me at all. So he had only been a person of interest. That's it. He was the only person that they considered to be part of this crime, this heinous crime that he definitely committed. And now we know he is guilty. He claimed responsibility on this heinous act, and now we know he's responsible. Case has been closed. So we won't be reporting on this story anymore. It is fini. It's done. We know he killed her. We already had an idea. Now, if we report on it again, it's going to be more like, where's the gun that he shot himself with? Did a passerby find it? Or did the parents find it and never turned it in? That part is still unknown. Where is his gun? I'm Manny Rodriguez. My friends, if you get some value from this, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit on that notification bell, and let YouTube know you got some value from this. That way they can show you more content when we either go live or upload content. Have a great day, my friends. I hope you have an amazing, amazing life, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.